Bei Inside Wall Street heute zu Gast Investorenlegende Jim Rogers. Heute also bei mir zu Gast und es geht unter anderem um Rohstoffe, aber auch um den US-Aktienmarkt. Hello, Mr. Rogers.
I'm delighted to be here, Caroline.
Thank you. Let's talk about gold first. It has reached a new record high lately, over $1,300. Do you expect this to go on?
Well, gold has been going straight up, and most things that go straight up eventually have to rest for a while. So maybe it'll go to, I don't know, another few points higher, but I would suspect it'll rest soon. But over the long term, Caroline, gold is going to go much higher. Don't sell your gold.
You said 2020, you had a prediction for that. What was your prediction?
Well, I said something simple like that by 2020 it will be at least $2,000 an ounce. So that's not so much if it's 1,300 today, but yeah, sure. I think it'll go to 2,000 maybe well before that and maybe much higher than that. If gold goes back to its old high adjusted for inflation, it should be well over $2,000 now. So gold's got much further to go.
What about silver? Is silver maybe more interesting right now than gold?
Well, for me, if I had to buy a precious metal today, if you said you've got to buy one, I'd buy silver. Silver is down 60% from its all-time high. Gold is making all-time highs. I'm sure your parents taught you to buy low and sell high, so silver's probably better.
At least they should have, probably. You also talked about sugar. Why is sugar so interesting?
Well, sugar is just another agricultural product which is very depressed over its all-time highs. Rice is probably even better these days. Most agricultural products are extremely depressed on a historic basis. So just get out a list and look at them. You'll see sugar's down a lot, rice is down a lot. There are plenty of opportunities in agriculture. If I were you, I would go back to Germany and become a farmer because farmers are going to be much more prosperous than anybody else in the next 20 years.
Very interesting suggestion, thank you. What about oil?
Well, the surprise with oil is how high the price is going to stay and how high it's going to go. The world is running out of known reserves of oil. Maybe there's a lot of oil out there, Caroline, but we don't know where it is, if it's there. So oil's going to stay high and go much, much higher. If somebody suddenly goes bankrupt, everything will go down for a while, but oil's going to be much higher over the next few decades.
Regarding the increasing oil price, when would you invest in alternative energy, now or later?
Well, if you can find a well-managed company now, you can invest in it now because alternative energy has a great future. I've explained to you that oil reserves are going down, prices will be going higher, and politicians love alternate energy because they say it's clean, they say it's wonderful for the environment, et cetera, et cetera. So if you can find a sound company at a cheap price, then you should buy it now. You'll do very well.
Do you know any interesting companies?
How would I know? I watch TV. I watch German TV, and that's how I learn. I'll learn it. I'll turn on my TV tomorrow and watch you.
You were very skeptical about the U.S. equity market lately. Would you expect big impacts from the new earnings season or the midterm election?
No, I mean all that's already in the stock market. This is already October. The election's in November. The earnings are coming out. No, you have to worry about March and April of next year. The stock, whatever happens this week or next week is not very important to the stock market. It's what's going to happen in April. You have to look to the future. Worry about next year. That's what I'm worried about, and you should be too.
So you're worried about the recovery?
Aren't you? Yes, the recovery is pretty slow, as you can see. America's not doing terribly well. Germany seems to be doing a little better than America as far as the recovery is concerned. Asia's doing better. America's lagging behind, but America's got horrible problems, terrible problems. There's staggering amounts of debt in this country, and they're not taking the right policies to solve our problems. They're building up more debt. Caroline, I cannot believe that they would say the solution to too much debt and too much spending is more debt and more spending, but that's what they're saying. Now, this is insane, if you ask me, and that's why America's is falling behind, and Asia's continuing to do well.
So you already mentioned Asia. You live in Singapore. Which Asian stocks could be interesting?
Well, I'm not buying stocks anywhere right now. I bought a few in Malaysia recently, but I'm not buying stocks anywhere for the most part because, in my view, I don't know what's going to happen to the economy. If the world economy gets better, commodities are going to do well because of shortages. If the world economy does not get better, I want to own commodities because government's going to print money. That's bad, but they're going to do it. That's all they know. And if they print money, you're better off owning real assets. Silver, rice, natural gas. That's where you'll make money if they print money, even if there's a bad economy. So either way, I think I'm going to be better off in commodities than in stocks.
Last question regarding the dollar. It has been strong on Monday, but recently it has went down a little bit. What are your suggestions for the dollar?
Well, longer term, the dollar is finished. I mean, the dollar is a terribly flawed currency. However, right now, everybody's pessimistic. It's been going down for several weeks. Everybody's pessimistic, including me, so I wouldn't sell it. When I see everybody very pessimistic about something, it's usually time to buy, if for nothing else, for a rally. So I wouldn't sell the U.S. dollar right now. I'm not buying it, but that's because I own some. But I expect it will probably rally. But in the long term, Caroline, it's not good news. Hang on to your silver. Hang on to your gold. Hang on to your rice.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rogers.
Very nice. Thank you.
Soweit also Investorenlegende Jim Rogers zu den Rohstoffen und zum US-Markt.